Jack's presentation of Lucky 7 for size and strength. Alright, I'm going to be going over the Lucky 7 right now. There will be a lot of facts and figures. You may want a piece of pen and a paper to take down and jot down notes as I go. This is a comprehensive program and it will make you bigger and it will make you stronger. Alright, what is it? Well, the Lucky 7 is a set of 7 sets in a pyramid scheme where you will start doing 7 reps, move down to 5, to 3, to 1, and then you will pyramid back up. This program will increase, as I say, your size, it will increase your strength, and as you move, it will also increase your endurance. How is it different from, say, Jim Wendler's 5-3-1 program? Well, Jim's program is terrific, and I thoroughly suggest you check out Jim's sites, Jim's website. I will try to remember to put a link below, but just look up Jim Wendler. His 5-3-1, from my perspective, is terrific, except it's just not enough work. Not enough work for me. I like to push how much I can do. Now, he is a big believer that strength is not a 12-week program or a 1-year program. It is a lifetime program, and I could not agree with him more. However, this is a different way to approach it. It does increase size as well as strength, so we're getting 2 different things from one program. Better bang for your buck if that's what you're after. It is very important to realize that the way that we do this program is based off your 1 rep maximum. So if you do not know your 1 rep maximum or have not been lifting long enough to be able to figure that out, there are various sites where you can put in how much you can lift for 3, 4, 5 reps, and it can calculate your 1 rep maximum. Is that adequate? Yeah, it is adequate. It's not perfect, but it is adequate. If we get to the numbers, it is critical that you understand that we are basing all of our numbers off our 90% of our 1 rep maximum. Let me tell you that again. 90% of our 1 rep maximum. So for me, right at this point, that is 336 pounds. So all of the rest of my calculations will be based off that number, 436 pounds. Not my actual 1 rep maximum, 90% of that. Included in this program, there is not just the lifting, but at the end of each set, you are going to do an explosive knee to chest jump as high as you possibly can, and you're going to do that 3 times. Why? Studies have shown time and time again that if you do an explosive move coupled with your strength move, you will get more explosive power and more strength doing them together than you would doing one or the other by themselves. As you progress through the sessions of this training, of this Lucky 7 training, you are going to increase your poundage by 10 pounds every single session. Now, the exercise that we're going to be doing is the deadlift, and only the deadlift. You can do it with a trap bar. You can do it with an Olympic bar. Heck, if you are really a beginner or starting again or have access to them, you can even do them with dumbbells. Regardless of that, you are going to add 10 pounds to each set, well, 10 pounds each session, which means if you add 10 pounds to whatever your baseline 7 reps are, 5 reps, 3 reps, 1 rep, etc. This is, as I've said before, an intermediate to an advanced program. If you are just starting out and you are just a beginner, you are probably not aware of what your 1 rep maximum is. Nor should you probably try to figure it out. You should stick with a hypertrophy program, watch those strength numbers come up a bit because they will. Stick to that for 8, 12 weeks minimum, and then consider moving on to strength with a good strength coach to begin. Not many people can do strength by themselves if they don't know where they're starting, and will be prone to injury or major setbacks. Why the deadlift? Well, the deadlift because it is the best overall strength and size move that you can do. It will increase your body's natural hormone production because you're putting stress on the entire body. It is a polyarticulate posterior branch chain move. And what do I mean by that? Well, polyarticulate, it uses many joints. It uses your entire back, your knees, your ankles, your hips, your shoulders, your elbows. Your neck position is critical so that you are not causing injury. It will require mobility. Obviously, it will require strength, and it will synergize with everything else you do to make you stronger and bigger. You will grow if you do this program. Why do we start at 90% of our 1 rep maximum? Because if we start light, we have room to move. On this and in the 531 Jim Wendler's program, we again agree completely. If you start light, you can continue to move. And you will probably find that the first 2 sessions of the Lucky 7 feel pretty light to you if you're an experienced lifter. However, they will get extremely challenging. That I can guarantee you. Days a week. Depending on you, you could do this 3 or 4 days a week. What about supplemental exercises? Well, on that, I am fairly free and easy. I am a bit of a volume junkie. I like to do a lot of extra work, and that does mean that at times I hit the wall or I will miscalculate and I will come to do my strength and I will not have a lot left in the tank. That's okay, because this is a long-term life goal. Getting stronger, getting bigger, continuing to become a better whole person. So, if I have a setback, that doesn't actually bother me that much. This doesn't need to happen overnight. You will make quick and good gains on this program, but eventually we all plateau and you will need to change things up. So, depending on how you're feeling, supplemental exercises are fine. Some of the best things to do are obviously pull-ups, chin-ups, push-ups. I would not personally do a heck of a lot of squats because the deadlift does require a lot of leg work. However, if you want to do a squat day, go for your life. Can't knock that at all. And then your regular traditional gym things, though I am also a big believer, get out there, do some extra balance things, get on a Bosu ball, get on a small 1 foot hard ball, do some balance stuff, do some exercises where you're in a bow and arrow stance or you have 65% plus weight on one leg so that you are forcing each side to balance with the other. Okay, back to Lucky 7. The numbers. Okay, the numbers are a little bit complicated, so I'm going to write them up around me. And if I was you, I would take a pen and paper and I would get this down. I will put it in the description and you can print it out, but you may want to write it down for yourself so that it's clear in your mind. Okay, let me grab my notes. Alright, so as aforementioned, the Lucky 7 is 7 sets. You will do a set of 7, a set of 5, a set of 3, a set of 1, and then you will pyramid back up, 3, 5, 7 again, and that will be the end. You will also include an explosive power jump at the end of each set, and you will do that 3 times. All of your numbers are based off 90% of your 1 rep maximum. So 90% of my 1 rep maximum for right now is 436 pounds. So you are going to start at 7 reps at 75% of your 90% 1 rep maximum. But you must calculate your own 90% of your 1 rep maximum. Then on to 5 reps at 80%. On to 3 reps at 85%. On to 1 rep of 90%. Now that again, I can't say this enough, is 90% of what would be for me, my 90% 1 rep max, 90% of 436. Rounding up, please. Now we're going to go back from 1 rep to 3 reps. And it is not exactly the same because you're going to be a little lighter this time. 3 reps at 80%. 5 reps at 75%. And finishing at 7 reps at 70%. Now you are going to continue this process for a set period that you have predetermined. I would suggest that you do 3 to 4 sessions a week for at least 8 to 12 weeks. That is a good goal, and then see what your new 1 rep maximum is after 8 to 12 weeks. What happens with failure? Well, one of the reasons we start light is we do not want to fail. When doing strength moves, we do not want the mind especially, but also the body, to get into its system that we might not make this lift. If you are adequately warmed up, which you should always be, you should be able to make the lift. I am a big believer in not touch and goes, so don't just go down, touch the ground and come back up. Put the bar down, start again. If in your 5 or 7 reps you have to take a couple of seconds for a breather to get that bar back up, that is perfectly reasonable. So we don't want you to fail. However, when you're adding 10 pounds each session, you're eventually going to get to a point where you basically cannot pick the bar up anymore. What do you do then? Well, you go back to your notes, because you're going to keep notes because you need to know how much you're lifting each time. You're going to go back to your notes and you're going to drop, when you get to that point that you will fail, you're going to drop your weight back to 65% of your last successful lifts. And for that session and the next session, you are going to lift at 65% of your last successful lift or lifts. That is going to be 2 deload sessions. I don't like to put deload sessions in at a definitive time span. I would rather you let your body decide. So when you get to that point that you cannot go anymore, let your body make that decision for you. Now you do 2 deload sessions, 65%. You should find it extremely light. Your body will continue to do the movements. You can continue to work on form. And in the end, you will feel better, rejuvenate yourself, recover, and you can move back. Now, when you go back, I want you to start at 85% of your last successful lifts. Again, 85% of your last successful lifts. And from that point, you're just going to start the process again. Again, with strength, with all things in life, we need at times to go backwards, to rest and rejuvenate ourselves, get our mental focus back, and then we can hit it hard again and progress from there. Okay, I think that covers the Lucky 7. I hope you give it a try. I can guarantee from my success and from the knowledge that I've gained over years and years and years that this will be a very successful and a very enjoyable program. How much you do on top of the Lucky 7, and do not just do the Lucky 7. I want definitely some supplemental exercises. As I say, pull-ups, dips, push-ups, air squats are fine. Definitely do some legs in there. Balance moves are perfect, and more compound, lightweight compound movements will support this system tremendously. As with all of my programs, I highly recommend that you use as much mind, muscle, mental, internal awareness so that you can learn your own body and make really good decisions about where you are today and where you need to go tomorrow. Alright, this has been a Silverback production. Keep living Z100 and good luck with all of your training.